A couple years ago, I went to Burning Man, and it was my first and only time. I will never be back. I'm nope, 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 nope. Burning Man, in my opinion, is the biggest display of white privilege I've ever seen in my life. And it's just a giant um, festival of libertarians who are anti vaxxers. And I mean, my experience was fucking horrible. And I'll go through it. I'll go through it as we. So apparently this year, this video is from 2 weeks ago, so they probably didn't realize 2 weeks ago that they're going to have a monsoon this weekend and that they're getting trapped. So apparently, they're not being let out of the venue because the local town doesn't want to deal with their bullshit. So I hope that we don't lose any lives. I've been told that they lose lives every year. But this year they could potentially have that dry lake bed fill up. So this will be interesting.
It's a beautiful night with amazing weather, and then this crazy dust storm kicked up suddenly. We escaped the dust storm in this astral projection spaceship where we met light beings.
I'm sorry, what did you quote? Did you just call that astral projection? For real? For those of you who don't know what astral projection is, that is the concept that your soul leaves your body and floats off to another place. What the fuck are you talking about, white chick? Oh my god.
Pretty amazing. This is Burning Man. It's a wee bit dusty today.
Okay.
Let's go take a walk. We're all geared up for a walk.
Okay, y'all willing to put on your masks when it's dust, but not when it's COVID. Can't even. They're like, yeah, we'll mask up if it's like dust in our face.
This is why you see people wearing dust masks and goggles at Burning
Dust
Man,
masks.
because you need it.
Right. My mom literally was like blowing up my phone over this yesterday because of like the incoming monsoon and how they're all going to get a trap there. They're not letting them out. They're not letting them out. This could be a major tragedy. It could be nothing. Like I told my mom, I'm like, well, they could just like queue up on the higher elevation right there by the road and just wait it out. I have no idea what's going to happen, but that is a dry lake bed that does fill up every year when it starts raining. And this year we have monsoonal conditions here on the West Coast, so. that? Yeah, I was gonna say, like that's all of these structures are very flimsy because you can't put like when you go to Burning Man, you can't like put anything like substantial up. Period. It's all just like cosmetic looking for their rave parties at night. Like, there are no bathrooms, you guys. You have to like you either have to have like a super cool RV that has a bathroom in it, or you have to bring a bucket with cat sand and fucking use that to pee and poo in. And that's why the local town doesn't like these people, because they don't want all of that human feces dumped in their fucking town. Oh my god, even. Yes, it's beautiful. Look at how beautiful it is. What are you gonna do in there? There's not even any shade. Okay. All right. Let's stop for a second because I don't think I can get through 30 minutes of this white privilege bullshit. So let's see if I can find a news article that talks about the monsoon that's coming in. Oh my god, you guys, like, oh my god. Oh my god. Death investigated at Burning Man while 70,000 festival attendees remain stuck in Nevada desert after rain. Holy shit. Videos showing Burning Man festival after heavy rain. Okay, let's see what this says. It's not pulled up.
Self-reliance.
Nice.
Okay, that was short, right? That was pretty short. All right, let's read the rest of it. So, authorities are investigating a death at the Burning Man Festival in the Nevada desert as thousands of people remain trapped on the site after heavy rains inundated the area and created thick, ankle-deep mud which sticks to campers' shoes and vehicle tires. My experience, I'm just telling you straight up, my experience at Burning Man was fucking horrible. Attendees were told to shelter in place in the Black Rock Desert and conserve food, water, and fuel after a rainstorm swamped the area, forcing officials to halt any entering or leaving of the festival. Let me explain why they would potentially handle it this way, right? Let me move this up. Okay. So basically, there's only like one small town near the Burning Rock area, the Burning Man um, festival area, and they're not really happy that this festival happens every year because people try and dispose of their cat sand buckets with human feces in that town. And you're not allowed to do that. You're supposed to cart your feces, like, I guess, further away. Like, I mean, I don't know. But there is not a very friendly relationship between the local town and this festival of white privileged dumbass assholes who think they're being artistic and having a rave, right? So what happened is they got locked in. They were told they can't leave. You cannot evacuate. What the hell, even, police? Like, you literally could have been like, hey, you can evacuate, but you can't stop in this one town. Can't stop in this one town. But they should have allowed them to evacuate. This is the dumbest. Okay, but it doesn't look like it got fucking flooded. It just looks like it was a little wet. Like, whatever. Okay. A little over 70,000 people remained stranded Saturday. So, this is yesterday, you guys. Sergeant Nathan Carmichael with the Pershing County Sheriff's Office told CNN Sunday morning. Some people have left the site by walking out. Yes, because you can't stop people walking out. But most of the RVs are stuck in place, he said. Not everybody goes there with an RV, by the way. Like, when I went with my friends, I went in my RAV4. And it was miserable. It was a miserable goddamn experience. It was fucking horrible. All right. The remote area in northwest Nevada was hit with 2 to 3 months worth of rain, up to 0.8 inches in just 24 hours between Friday and Saturday morning. The heavy rainfall fell on dry desert grounds, which, by the way, that means it doesn't really absorb into the ground, right? It rolls. It's like a wash, right? I remember when I traveled out here from the East Coast with my ex-boyfriend. He was my boyfriend at the time. And I said, "Oh, that's a wash over there, you know?" And he's like, "You're making that word up." No, I'm not making that word up. That's what happens in deserts. We have washes. So washes are areas where it can become like a stream in rainfall, right? Or it can become a river during rainfall. But normally it's dry. That's why it's called a wash. Okay, so the heavy rainfall fell on dry desert grounds, whipping up thick clay-like mud. Festival goers said was too difficult to walk or bike through. I'm sure. Like, what were you thinking? Like, you didn't think this was gonna happen at some point? Because we do get monsoonal conditions occasionally in August. Like, that's not. Okay, whatever. More rain is likely Sunday afternoon. Yeah, it's like I'm in Southern California, so I'm pretty far away from this, but like oftentimes, like the weather conditions that hit the West Coast hit the entire West Coast, right? And it's overcast right now. We had a little bit of rain overnight, but I'm much further south than what's happening up there at Burning Man. More rain is likely Sunday afternoon, according to a forecast from the National Weather Service office in Reno. Stronger storms will be capable of very heavy rainfall, small hail, fuck's sake, and wind gusts to 40 miles per hour, the Weather Service noted. Okay. I don't know why you guys even do this festival at all. It's such a pain in the ass, and you can't even like put up porta potties for people. For real. Conditions are not expected to improve enough to allow vehicles to enter the playa. That's like the playa is like the main area of this dry lake bed. The Bureau of Land Management said in a statement obtained by the Reno Gazette Journal. The sheriff's office said it is investigating a death which occurred during this rain event. Authorities did not publicly name the person or provide the details on the circumstances of the death. Okay, let's see what this is.
The last few days we've gotten some rain. The wire has gotten wet, which makes it very greasy, very muddy. Seems to stick to people, stick to tires, makes it very, very difficult to move vehicles around.
Can you talk to us about this death that we're hearing about that is being investigated? What do we know about the circumstances of this death? Do we know who this person is, male, female, participant, how this happened?
The death is under investigation now. The person was found on the playa. They tried life-saving procedures, were unsuccessful. It is under investigation, so I'm going to leave it at that for right now.
And just give us a sense also of the scale of this here. I mean, how many people are stuck? As we understand, some people are getting out by walking, but how difficult is it to actually do that?
The event from the County Road 34 is approximately a little over a mile. So people are walking out. There are people again stuck. There are a few smaller four-wheel drives that have made it out. Most of the RVs are stuck in place. Burning Man Org and the Perkins County Sheriff's Office, along with BLM, are asking people to stay in place until the ground becomes hard enough and safe enough to travel off the playa onto the roadway.
Sergeant, did you say the estimate of the number of people that you estimate may still be there on site and stranded because of the mud?
Keep in mind that these RVs that were on the playa are probably have sunk into the mud at this point. So, like, they're gonna have to. I can't even, you guys. They're gonna have to send like a lot of tow trucks out there to dig them out because I mean, how do you get a fucking RV out of like cement mud, you know? These people are so stupid, I can't even. Like, I was shocked when I went there because my friend convinced me to go there, and like how dangerous the situation was. And so And also he bailed on me because he wanted to um find like I guess they put together like um tribes like camps and shit. And I was a little bit tired, so I wanted to hang out at our camp. And he said, "Hey, I'm gonna walk around." So he left around like 5 on a Sunday and did not come back until 9 in the morning the next day. And I'm like, "We're done. Done. Absolutely done. You obviously showed up here with two guys in an RV, so therefore you have the means to get home. I am leaving. I'm out. This is the most miserable fucking camping experience I've ever had in my life. This is the worst camping experience I've had in my life. Like, it was horrible.
Yesterday, I was given a population of a little over 70,000 people still.
Okay. And, the word is please shelter in place. Hope you have enough food and water. Do you know how the people are doing? Have you heard from the people on the ground in terms of there being enough food and water and what the I guess, conditions are?
The Burning Man org has continued to tell us that people are in good spirits. They are obviously sharing. The community is very well versed in sharing and doing what they have to do to survive. So I fully expect that if somebody is or has low resources, that a neighbor will help them.
They barter and trade. My friend made me stop at a Walmart so he could buy like $1,000 worth of alcohol to trade with other camps. That's how they roll. This is like the most white privileged event fucking possible.
Help them. That is very normal. The town is used to bartering and sharing with each other, so whatever resources are out there, I'm sure that they will use and share with each other.
It's definitely a unique festival where I feel like it's usually signatured by joy and creativity, and so it is curious to see how they're dealing with these conditions now. Moving forward, how long do you expect the roads to be closed, or at least difficult to pass on for these folks?
Well, the good news is the weather has changed a little bit. So last night it was supposed to start raining about 2 o'clock. Looking at the forecast for today, it's pushed out a little bit. So hopefully that'll give these people an opportunity to get off the playa. It doesn't look like it is going to rain as hard as initially forecasted. So again, these are all positive things. Normally the people are gone by Tuesday morning anyway. So it might give them an opportunity to still get off the playa in a decent amount of time and within the time period. There will be some residual, there always is, but I fully believe that within a reasonable amount of time, most of the people will be able to leave.
I do want to ask you, in your time, with the sheriff's office, I mean, have you ever seen anything like this during your time with this particular event?
Out of the 20 plus years I've been doing this, one of the years that this happened in the past, I didn't participate in, but the org has always worked with law enforcement and the contributors or the cooperators, and we've always tried to do tabletops to talk about how we're going to get people off if this emergency happens. So the org and the people that are involved are always thinking about these things and how we're going to deal with them when they pop up.
Wow, you guys. Okay, let's read the rest of the article. The family has been notified and the death is under investigation, the sheriff's office said in a late Saturday news release. So we really don't know how this dude died, and it doesn't look like it got flooded. So I don't know. my friend told me there's deaths every year. So I think the only reason that this death is getting any sort of press right now is because there's also a monsoon rolling in. Because they have deaths every year, according to my friend, right? The individual was found on the playa, and life-saving procedures to revive them were not successful, Carmichael said Sunday, but did not share further details. Playa is the term used to describe sunken dry lake beds in deserts where water evaporates rather than running off. And even a small amount of rain can quickly soak a large area. Storms and heavy rains across Nevada flooded other parts of the state and may have led to another death. In Las Vegas, authorities found a person unresponsive and entangled with debris on Saturday morning who is believed to be a drowning victim. According to Jace Raddick, a spokesperson for the city. An investigation is ongoing, Raddick said in a news release. How long could this last? Well, I mean, the festival is supposed to end at the end of Labor Day, basically. But the weather condition, I don't know, right? How long could this last? Authorities have not provided information on when roads could reopen. Oh my God, they're still trapped there, you guys. Oh my God. They're still trapped there. But the sunshine is expected to return on Monday. I can't even. Burning Man attendees walk through the mud on set. You know what? You get what you deserve. We do not currently have an estimated time for the roads to be dry enough for RVs or vehicles to navigate safely. Burning Man organizers said in a Saturday evening statement, Monday late in the day would be possible. If weather conditions are in our favor, it could be sooner. No, that's not it. There's more. Organizers noted the rain falling on an already saturated playa overnight on Sunday will affect the amount of time it takes for the playa to dry. Dude, it's probably gonna take a week because they're gonna have to tow out a lot of vehicles because they're sinking into mud that cements. It's just it's dumbest ass fucking festival ever. This is almost as bad as that, what was that called? Firefest. Firefest. It's nearly as bad as Firefest at this point. For now, the gate and airport into Black Rock City remain closed, and no driving is allowed into or out of the city except for emergency vehicles, the organizers said on social media. Black Rock City is a temporary metropolis erected annually for the festival and comes complete with emergency safety and sanitary infrastructure. They literally do have a small town, like, near this event. And the small town doesn't want to have shit to do with them. They're like, fuck no. Oh my God, you guys. The rain made it virtually impossible for motorized vehicles to traverse the playa. The Pershing County Sheriff's Office said, noting people were advised to shelter in place until the ground has dried enough to drive on safely. Vehicles trying to drive out will get stuck in the mud. They're already stuck in the mud. Come on. Burning Man organizers said Saturday, it will hamper Exodus if we... Exodus. That's a very interesting way to describe it. Okay. It will hamper Exodus if we have cars stuck on roads in our camping areas or on the gate road out of the city, the organizers added. Exodus. That's good. If you are in BRC, please shelter in place and stay safe. I don't know what BRC is. This is so bizarre. This is so, like, I can't even believe my friend brought me to this bullshit a couple years ago. Difficult conditions, but some stay positive. Some festival goers hiked miles on foot in the thick mud to reach main roads, while others stayed at their camps, hoping for conditions to improve. Oh my God, I can't wait until I see like Mr. B. Allen do a story about this. This is so amazingly bad. Hannah Burhorn, a first-time attendee at the festival, told CNN people were trudging through the mud barefoot or with bag ties around their feet. Wait a minute. The CNN people were doing this, or you just told them that people were doing it? Like, I'm so confused. So confused by this story, you guys. This is so bad. This is so bad. People who have tried to bike through it and have gotten stuck because it's about ankle deep, Burnhorn said. The mud is so thick, sticks to your shoes and makes it almost like a boot around your boot, she added. Wait, who said this? Because that's like the weirdest description ever of just getting mud on your feet. Right? Okay. Okay. It's unclear exactly how many people are stranded at the festival, but typically more than 70,000 people attend the week-long event. It's being held from August 28th to September 4th this year. Oh my God. I wonder if my friend's there. I kind of like have a little bit of a, I would love it if he's having to deal with this bullshit. I would love it. After he fucking stranded me in the desert for a night, and I had to like pack up my shit and leave. Like, oh my God. James, if you're out there, I salute you. There weren't any reports of injuries as of Saturday afternoon. Sean Burke, the director of emergency management for Pershing County, told CNN. You know what though? Like, most of the people like that are staying in Burning Man don't even know where to go for emergency search services. Like, you don't even know where you can get fucking medical support. It's the worst fucking festival ever, you guys. It's terrible. Amar Singh Dugal and his friends managed to leave the festival after hiking about 2 miles in the mud. He told CNN he estimated it took them about 2 hours to get to the main road, where they arranged to be picked up and taken to Reno, about 120-mile drive from the event grounds. Okay, so let me explain that to you. This person either had a local family member, which I find unlikely, or had enough money to get an Uber or a cab for 120-mile drive. That's when I say this is the most like white privileged event I've ever been to. It's fucking rich people who are anti-vaxxer, and they just run around like it's like a giant rave. It's obnoxious, you guys. We made it, but it was pure hell walking through the mud, Dougal said. Each step felt like we were walking with 2 big cinder blocks on our feet. Among those attending the festival was DJ Diplo and comedian Chris Rock. Oh my God, Chris Rock. I bet they let you out, right? They probably let you out. You didn't get trapped in that festival. Rock posted a video on Instagram of thick mud, and Diplo posted a series of videos in which he said a fan offered him and Rock a ride out of the site. The DJ said they walked several miles and were able to get to a nearby airport. So they fucking hiked out. Okay. Cool. Respect for you. You hiked out. Meanwhile, attendees who typically dedicate their time to making art and building community are now also focused on rationing supplies and dealing with connectivity issues. Yeah, there's like fucking no cell connection in that area whatsoever. You can't, there's no. There's super limited bandwidth, and a lot of people at the camp are trying to cancel flights and arrange for extended time here due to the weather. Bernhorn told CNN via text message from a Wi-Fi camp? Wait a minute. Isn't that a little contradictory? Okay. Still, the poor conditions have not stopped the creativity? They're like, yeah, we had this disaster, but you know what? It's still a great festival. It's still awesome, said Bernhard, who had traveled from San Francisco People are building mud sculptures, she said. Oh, this is a female. I didn't even know that. Andrew Hyde, another attendee stuck at the Burning Man, said despite the muddy conditions making it difficult to walk, the weather has taken the meaning of the event back to its roots. Really? What were the roots? Why were you burning this man anyway? Like, I still don't understand the roots of this festival. You come out here to be in a harsh climate, and you prepare for that, Hyde told CNN's Paula Newton. So in many ways, everybody here just kind of made friends with their neighbors, and it's a community event. Oh yes, I'm sure. You know, I bet that's how they felt when like Hurricane Katrina like fucking landed in Louisiana too, right? Whenever you have like some sort of natural disaster and it kind of, poops your party, you're just like, I'm making friends. I'm just making friends. Morale can't even with this story, you guys. And I've had so many people call me about it because they know I went to Burning Man 2 years ago. And I had a horrible experience. Okay. Morale at the event is okay, and there's generally no panic among the attendees. Generally no panic among the attendees, I had said, describing music returning overnight. There are worries about the additional rain causing delays, however, and the unknowns of worsening conditions. Yeah, seriously. Like, you're literally still, like, trapped on the playa. All your vehicles are trapped on the playa. And, more rain is in the forecast. And, basically you have to hike out and then, like, call an Uber or something, right? And then you're going to have to come back and clear off your shit because it's like a national forest area or something, or it's like, it's one of these protected lands where you can't just fucking leave your shit on, this dry riverbed. Like, they have had a very delicate relationship with the national park system about like how they do this festival. And so if they end up leaving a ton of fucking vehicles on this dry lake bed, they're gonna have to clear up their shit. But you know what? These are a bunch of white, rich motherfuckers for the most part. And they better clean up their shit. But if they want to get out safe, yeah, they're going to have to hike. They're going to have to fucking hike it out. Oh my God, even. I think the concern is if we have another rain, he said, people need to go back to their jobs, back to the responsibilities they have back home. Yeah, and they're also going to have to admit to their employers that they were fucking Burning Man. My God, even. Organizers announced Saturday night they'll be putting mobile cell trailers in different positions, configuring the organizer's Wi-Fi system for public access, and deploying buses to nearby Gerlach to take people who might walk off the playa to Reno. I mean, they should be doing that anyway, at these festivals, like literally we should have Wi-Fi access. It's kind of crap that there was like no cell reception when I was there. This is not likely a 24-hour operation at this time. The festival said in a statement on its website. Organizers are also resourcing four-wheel drive vehicles and all-terrain tires to help ferry medical and other urgent situations to the blacktop. Because, yeah, seriously, like a lot of people don't even know how to get medical attention when you're at this event. Like, it's not that obvious of where there's actual medical people. It's not that fucking obvious. All right. There have been people who managed to walk to the main road and were waiting for transport from the festival organizers Saturday night. The Pershing County Sheriff's Office said resources have been brought in from around northern Nevada to help people with medical needs on the event grounds, the sheriff's office said. Burning Man is a community of people who are prepared to support one another, if you say so. Burning Man said on its website, we have come here knowing there is a place where we bring everything we need to survive. It is because of this that we are all well prepared for a weather event like this. It doesn't sound like you were prepared at the fuck all. Oh my God, even. It sounds like you got 70,000 fucking people stuck in the mud, quite literally. I have some peanuts. Give me a second. Wow, you guys are terrible. You got 70,000 fucking people trapped on the playa, and you're like, we were totally prepared for this. Really? Okay. I just need some protein. I'm eating some peanuts. Okay. We have done tabletop drills for events like this. Organizers added. We're engaged full-time on all aspects of safety and looking ahead to our exodus as our next priority. What the fuck even? Are you like weird QAnoners? Like, what are you fucking doing? Are you like trying to tap into biblical language? What the fuck with this Exodus bullshit? Oh my God. I think that's the whole thing. I can't even, you guys. I think that's the whole thing. Wow. Why do they keep talking about their exodus? You're literally just running a fucking festival. I feel like this is like a white privileged QAnoner event at this point. This is so crazy.